Okay, mamas, it's time to cozy up, get ready, grab your favorite drink, which I hope is coffee because coffee is life and, all the things. So today I'm doing 7 ways to be a better mom. I just want to start out by saying that you're already an amazing mom. I know that you're hard on yourself. I know that you feel like you're not perfect, but just know that the kids don't want a perfect mom. They want a happy mom who loves them. So I just want to go ahead and just preface that before we get started. Also, this video is not to make you feel bad or make you feel like, well, I'm not doing all these things and this, because the whole point is just to help encourage you, not to make you feel like you're doing it wrong. Society's already hard enough on us and we're hard enough on ourselves that we don't need that. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video with number 1. Number 1, show up for yourself and your kids. If you say that you're going to do something, do it. Even if it's tiny. Mom, will you go paint my nails? Yeah, I'll do it later. Then it's a week later, 2 weeks later, and you still haven't done it. Mom, will you go play basketball with me? Will you play Fortnite with me? Whatever it is that your kids want to do, just show up for them. Because you showing up for them in little ways actually equates to the big things. Because the kids will remember, like, mom said she's going to, so she is going to. So if for some reason something comes up and you can't, it's not the norm. It's that, oh, she would have gotten to it. It's just, this is what happened. So I think it's really important to show up for them in that way and yourself. If you say that you're going to go to the gym, go to the gym. Like, showing up for yourself helps build confidence in yourself as not just a mom, but as a person. And if you're a confident person, you're going to be an even better mom too. So I just want to also preface that, so you remember, you're not just a mom, you're a person too, and it's important that you take care of yourself as well. Also, another thing, that word later. Later should not be in your vocabulary. Like, oh, I'll get to it later, because later won't happen, and then it'll be the situation of the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon and all the sadness from that song. So yeah, I try not to use that word and don't make, false promises to my kids. If I say I'm gonna do something, I try to do it 99% of the time. Number 2, don't take life too seriously. I tend to be the person who gets so wrapped up in everything where I forget to have fun and be silly and goofy when I'm stressed and all these different things are happening. So one thing that my kids will definitely say about me is that I'm a different kind of mom. So, you'll see me and my kids playing out in the rain in the summer. Another thing that I've taught my kids is you can reconnect to your circadian rhythm by just putting your bare feet on the grass. So when we used to live in an apartment, we would just, you drive around the corner, you could see me and my 2 kids just laying on the grass. Like, we look like psychos, but I'm telling you, like, just be stupid, be silly. Like, kids love that. And your inner child will seriously thank you for it, because yeah, we're older. I'm 31 years old. I don't care. I'm always going to be a kid at heart. And I do think that makes you a better parent. Number 3, take time for yourself. And I know you're like, no, Brittany, I can't. Like, the mom guilt's too much and I don't have time, and sports and everything is so busy and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, most of y'all, including myself, will be watching Netflix late at night, or, we make priority for our spouse or our kids. But here's the thing with that. You can't pour from an empty cup. And if you try, you're giving them this just less than perfect version of yourself. And I don't mean like you need to be perfect. I just mean, basically what I mean, it's like, okay, well, I go to the gym every single day. I show up every day. Well, that's great, but you're showing up to the gym without a shoe and without your AirPods, and of course you can't work out with AirPods and all this stuff. But it's like showing up unprepared. It's like, I'm here for you, but I'm just not. I'm burnt out, I'm grumpy, I'm tired. Like, what's the point of that? Taking an hour to yourself, or hopefully if you have the time to do longer, that's great, but even if it's just an hour. I was so anxious the other day and so just cooped up, like I hadn't had any time to myself and we were so busy. I took a walk by myself, came back super refreshed, super happy. Like, just a little bit of just remembering who you are as a person and not just a mom is important. Like, being a mom is the most amazing thing on the planet, but don't forget that you're a human being as well. Number 4, work out and eat healthy. Not just your kids, yourself. Your kids watch what you do. One thing that I don't ever do is I never talk negatively about myself in front of my kids, especially my daughter. You know, I may have insecurities about my nose, or, you know, I'm just not skinny enough, or all these different things. Well, if I say that out loud, first off, I shouldn't be doing that to myself. I shouldn't be talking like that anyway. But what if, you know, my daughter sees me talk like that and she doesn't have any, you know, issues about her body and anything else, and she sees that mom doesn't like her nose and you guys have the same nose, or you look, you know, she looks like me. Like, I want her to grow up thinking that I'm not trying to get skinny, I'm trying to be strong and healthy for her and my grandkids one day. So that's one of the things that I definitely I talk very positively about myself and my kids. Another thing on eating healthy and working out. Try to squeeze it in whenever you can. Let the kids watch you try to squeeze in a workout in between practices. They see that. They're going to mirror that one day when they also have very busy lives with their kids one day. You know, have them help you cook. First off, cooking in the kitchen by yourself is boring anyway. But when your kids help you, they enjoy it. Like, they're learning this new skill. And on top of that, you're bonding with your kids. They are learning how to live a healthier lifestyle even right now. I'm not the best cook. I'm still learning how to cook healthy, but this is the process of what I'm learning and what my kids are learning. And also, it gives Peyton such a confidence whenever, you know, we've cooked a meal together and I tell, you know, her brother and dad, like, wow, like she made this whole meal by herself, and she just beams and lights up and she's just so happy about it. So, you know, that's a good confidence boost for her too. And I'm still working on my son, but, you know, hopefully he'll get there too, where he wants to cook a little bit more as well. Also, another thing to add on to that is life will get busy. That is inevitable. I don't know how many kids my kids are gonna have one day, if they're gonna be in sports, whatever else. Life is busy. So if they see you making your health and your mental health a priority, they're going to see that. My kids have seen me have mental breakdowns. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen all the time, but every so often I do show that, because the kids don't need to grow up thinking that their mom is perfect and doesn't have any issues and doesn't struggle with things. I want them to see me struggle and overcome those struggles, so they know that when that happens to them one day, they're not alone. Like, everybody goes through something. Life is hard. Like, don't make it harder for them by making them think that everything is perfect all the time. Like, they need to see that. And in fact, my kids are very encouraging to me when that happens. They're like, you're a good mom, I love you, thank you for taking care of me, like all these different things. That is something they will take with them into adulthood. And I hope that they do, because that's important for them to learn how to overcome those struggles. Number 5. This is a good one. And I can get some backlash, and that's fine. But number 5 is have your kids do chores.
This is not what I meant when I said to sweep, just so you know.
Oh my gosh. I swear their spouse will thank you one day, but you are doing them no favors by doing everything for them. In fact, when they're 16 years old, just doing a load of laundry for the first time, they're gonna be way more apprehensive about it than if you made them start at 7 years old. Like, my daughter loves doing that kind of stuff. She, you know, the other day I woke up late, I'd been like sick and going through it, and she had already moved the clothes over from the washing machine to the dryer, put the clothes from the dryer away, they were towels, and she had started another load of clothes, all by herself. She's 7 years old. She is going to be prepared one day for life. The thing is, you want your kids to be functioning members of society one day. You're not raising little kids, you're raising little adults. If I treat them like their age, they're never going to grow. And I want them to have these skills, these necessary skills for life one day. Also, my kids are very grateful kids, because they do these things. I don't do everything for them. It gives them a certain amount of confidence, being able to do chores, put away their own clothes, clean the house, help mom, so mom doesn't have a mental breakdown by having everything on ourselves. And by the way, I want to preface, my husband's amazing, but he works a lot. So that's the other thing. And we have sports, it's tough. So I just think it's real important for kids to have responsibilities and chores, and they will thank you for it one day. just maybe not right now, we'll see. All right, number 6. In the technology world we live in today, this is a huge one, and it's get off your phones. You don't realize how many important little moments you're missing by scrolling through and looking at somebody else's life, or watching stupid videos, or just even mindlessly scrolling because, you know, you're stressed or whatever else. Kids see that. They see a disconnected mom. They can feel that. Why is somebody else's life, what's going on in somebody else's life more important than what's going on in your own? And I'm an empath by nature, so if somebody's going through some hardships, like I feel that, and it just hurts my soul. And while that is really sad that they're going through that, why am I concerning myself with what they're going through? Like that will transfer over into our world. I need to be present in my world with the people that actually matter. That way, when my kids start going through hardships, I see the little signs because I'm actively watching them and I don't have my face buried in my phone. If you do number 6, it is easier to show up for yourself and your kids because you're taking that time back that you were losing by scrolling. So that's number 6. Number 7, I think this is probably I know this is the most important thing on the entire list. If you don't believe in God or, whatever else, that's fine. That's you do you kind of thing. But for me, that is the most important thing in my life. It changed my life. I went through a really tough time where I was very disconnected from God and I felt worthless and that I couldn't accomplish anything and that I would never accomplish anything and I wasn't showing up as the best mom or wife or person. And I started reading the Bible and reconnecting with God, and that changed my life. I'm a very anxious person by nature, so I tend to focus on all the things that can go wrong rather than everything that's going right in my life. And, sometimes that can lead to panic attacks and different things that are just really not fun. So I started reading in the mornings and filling my day with gratitude instead of, the anxiousness, because anxiety and gratitude live in the same part of your brain and you can't be grateful and anxious at the same time. So you can pick one. My husband has really been a huge help with that, where if I'm having like a really anxious day, he tells me, name 3 things you're grateful for. And so starting off my day in scripture just makes you a naturally more joyful, grateful person. And my kids see that. So even if I'm not actively reading the Bible with them, they are watching me do it. I watched my daughter come, the other day, she ran up to me and she was like, she had written down a Bible verse that she found in her Bible. She went in her own Bible, found one that she liked and showed it to me. Maybe she doesn't, completely get the concept and all that. That's fine. She's 7, but she sees me doing it. And so she wants to. Then we have my 10-year-old little boy who, every night before bed, they read. Like for the last 30 minutes before bedtime, they always read, whether it's the Bible, Dogman, whatever they want to read. He comes out here to show me, this Bible verse, and he's really digging into it, and he's just really into that. And about 10 minutes later, I see little sister grab her Bible, come out here, sit beside him, and she's silently reading herself, and then he starts explaining to her about something in the Bible, which I thought was really cool. I actually have a little clip of it, so cute.
So all it's basically saying is God created the heavens and the earth, but the earth was empty and had no shape. And then so it says what he did day 1, what he did day 2, day 3, 4, 5, and
so it basically says that all
and 7.
Actions truly matter more than words. What you're doing, the example you're setting, is what your kids will do. You can say all day long, don't eat junk food, don't do this, you should go to church, you should do this, but unless you're doing it, they're not going to. They see you and they see the changes it makes in you, and then that they're going to make those changes too. So really, that's all I have to say about this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of inspiration and maybe a way to reconnect with your kids, especially for me, my kids aren't toddlers anymore. We're in a different phase of our life. I connect to them in a different way than I did when they were babies and toddlers. So hopefully this will help you guys. And, even if you just have babies and toddlers, I hope that you kind of get a handle on this before it gets to a point where you're lost and trying to figure out who you are as a person. So if you like this video and you want to see more like this, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay. Probably not.
I cannot.
You cannot.
I cannot.